Back today. I'm in natural sunlighting and you can actually see the real color of my hair. You can see that it is a faded out green now, which is a good thing. Sorry if the picture is kind of sharp, I can't really adjust that. But as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you how to maintain gray slash silver slash whitish whatever hair. And the reason why I'm doing this is because just like any other hair color, I'm putting it out there for information for my subscribers, and I'm gonna need to do this stuff myself. So if I ever want to look back on it, it's there. Although I pretty much do the same thing for pretty much every hair color besides like the naturals, black, blue, that's funny, black, blonde. You can do this, of course, for blonde hair because that's essentially what it's meant for. I probably really wouldn't. I'd probably just use basic shampoo and conditioner, but it's okay. So basically black, brown, and blonde hair, I wouldn't necessarily always do this, but I'm not ever really planning on going blonde anytime soon. I've had black hair, I've had brown hair, I have natural brown hair, or my hair is naturally brown. That's how I wanted to word that. By the way, I've started drinking a lot more water, so I don't really need to maintain it. But in this case, it's gray hair. Sorry for babbling. Let's get into it. By the way, just a disclaimer, as always, I am very interested in hair, but I am not whatsoever a cosmetologist. This is just what I've learned through YouTube videos and some of my friends' experiences. Wow, you can really see the green now. It's sad that it's kind of going, but, I can always have green hair at another time. Just when I have, natural colored hair, which isn't really my naturally colored hair, but, So anyways, let's bang right into it. Again. So, first step would be to, of course, dye your hair. Now, if you have darker hair, like a medium blonde to black, straight up jet black, if you have that, of course you're gonna need to lighten your hair to, like a pale blonde, almost platinum blonde, but it doesn't necessarily have to be there depending on how light you're going. If you're going for almost white silver hair, where it's like, white, like a white piece of paper, then you're gonna need to bleach it a couple times. Now, I don't recommend doing this on your own, especially if you're not a professional, because you can really mess up your hair. I have damaged my hair to the point where a little bit of it fell out. Not a lot. Nothing to be scared about, and I didn't even really notice it because I have thick hair. But depending on the density and the quality of your hair, from thin to thick, you'll notice it when it's thinner than my hair. Definitely. You'll notice a difference. The only reason I noticed it was because when I had my longer hair and I bleached it twice with Revlon, which I'll get into in a second, I bleached it either twice or 3 times within 3 weeks. I think 2 of them was in the same week. I could tell that my hair was dry. It was stringy. I was trying to brush it. By the way, you'll want to use a certain brush too, not just any normal brush, especially when you're lightening your hair, because it will become weaker. Talk about that in a second too. Already throwing everything out there. When you do this, you want to make sure to also have a backup deep conditioner and whatnot, and be prepared for damage because it will happen. Now, my hair is shorter, so I can always, chop it off again if I make mistakes. I'm probably most likely gonna say that I'm not gonna make mistakes, but it can happen is what I'm saying. So in order to lighten your hair, you'll need like a bleach or whatever. I don't use like regular bleach anymore. I said this in my last video because there really is no point for me doing this, buying bleach when I'm only going to be doing it every couple of months anyway, because I'm trying to stay away from bleaching my hair every single month like I used to do, because there's really no point. So I use the what I used before, which kind of damaged my hair, but I used it more than once. The Revlon Ultralight Sun Blonde, and this is color 3. It's number 3, as you guys can see. So I'm going to be using that to lighten the rest of the green out. Since I already have semi-lightened hair, all I'm really doing is trying to remove the color, lighten it enough so that when the follicles open up, which is why earlier in my last video I mentioned how I wash my hair in hot water to open up the follicles. They're still pretty much open even though I didn't blow dry my hair, and it is dry. So this should help it out a little bit. Now, when that is finished, I'm going to follow up with a shampoo, of course. A specifically made shampoo at that. Now, you don't have to use this all the time, but you will use it, or want to use it every once in a while. A purple shampoo. Now, I've made them homemade in the past. I left a couple at my ex-boyfriend's, but that's okay, because I don't really need them anymore. I have the generic brand of Clairol Shimmer Lights, and this is just the purple shampoo that I got from Sally's. This was about $10, and obviously, depending on the length of your hairs, even though you're only supposed to run it through your roots, you can run a little bit through your ends. It depends on how often you wash your hair. This can be expensive, depending on how often you do it. So, you want to use that every once in a while for upkeep, and follow that up when you lighten your hair. The next step, of course, would be to dye it. So I'm just going to keep going. Earlier, though, I believe I might have showed you a video on me using a specific lightening product called Sun-In, and this is the scent Lemon Fresh. I just got it because, you know, lemon lightens hair. I figured that might help a little bit more too. I don't know. But yeah, you can definitely use this for highlights, or to slowly lift your hair. It is heat activated, so either sit out in the sun, on the beach, or, you know, go into the bathroom with a blow dryer, or in your room, wherever. That's a really good product to use. But now we're talking about dyeing. Not like... I'm an EMT, guys, I can save you. Sorry, guys. I'm going crazy today. So, really quick before I get into the dyeing process, of what I'm going to do eventually. Sorry, I keep going off camera. When you're not using the purple shampoo, because you don't have to use it all the time, I'm only going to use it once in a while, because I only wash my hair once, maybe twice a week, I want to say. And I'm not going to be using that all the time, and you probably you can, but it'll add more purple tones as it goes because it is a purple shampoo. That's essentially what it is. I will be using one of two things. I'm trying to use these up. My friend Judy Bongart from CarMax actually gave these to me. They're the Shea Moisture Restorative Shampoo and Conditioner that I showed you guys before. If you want to know, I have a hair care routine video, and I'll be using them after I use up more of this. I'm not even halfway through, because I've only used it a couple of times. I'm not even a fourth or a third the way through, not even really an eighth. Anyways, this is the Vanilla Mint by Ren Pure Solutions Cleansing Conditioner. I'll be using this a lot, and also you'll want to use a deep conditioner. I will be using this as well when I actually do go to dye my hair gray later today. It is the Infusium Repair and Renew with Argan Oil and Keratin. That's what that looks like. It's about $6. I think this was about $4. All these products are value-based. I got the Sun-In and the Infusium from Walmart, so you can pretty much find them everywhere. So anyways, that's what you'll want to follow up with. But in order to get there, you need to dye your hair, like I was saying. Sorry guys, I cut myself off a lot. So, you can do one of two things. You can tone your hair out to the gray color that you may like, or you can dye it. So, basically what I'm going to be doing later on today is dyeing it. I tend to go for semi-permanent dyes over time, even though I tend to spend a little bit more money on semi-permanent dyes because they don't last as long. At the same time, I feel like they last a little bit longer than toner though, so it's at your preference. So basically, you can either tone it out, essentially again, with a semi-permanent purple dye, which I might be adding a tad of this to another method you can do it, but this is the Enraged Color Purple Plum. Just a dash of that in some conditioner, just enough so that it looks like it's lilac-y, and you'll get like a white tone, and then you can follow it up with the next product, of which I'm going to show you. You guys already saw a sneak peek. Or you can use straight up gray dye. Now this is Titanium by Ion Color Brilliance. I kind of sound like I'm rushed. I'm not trying to. With a dash of black hair dye. This is Avatar. I used this product before, way back when I used to dye my hair red. Then before I switched to Kiss Colors Express, which I might also add maybe a tiny dash of this. This is Aquarius. By Kiss Colors, just a dash of that maybe, just to give it more of a bluer toned gray. And this is Jet Black by Avatar. Just a couple dashes of that in with that, and of course I like to dilute, so I'm either going to use this Infusium, or I will be using this product that I picked up for 93 cents at Walmart, probably one of the cheapest hair products that they have that is good for what hair? How do I want to say this? That's liquidy? Something like that. This is the Daily Defense Argan Oil Deep Conditioner, and I'll probably be mixing them together. Also, a good follow-up tip is find like a pot or something that you can use to keep your mixture in, so that way you can every other time that you rinse, which for me will be every time, because I only wash my hair once a week, depending on your discretion of when your hair needs to be refreshed. Get a pot, fill it up with some conditioner and one of those methods to tone your hair. That's why I bought this specifically, because I don't really have anything that I can use at the moment. So I also got a little stuff in here anyway, so that's pretty nice, I guess. So that way you can refresh it every time, every other time, every couple of times. So that's that. Sorry guys, I don't mean to sound rushed. What's the word? 1 sec. Then, when I actually get out of the shower, I'm calming down a little bit now, having a little bit of an anxious moment, I am going to follow up with the Row Fanciful Temporary Hair Color Rinse. This is in True Steel. There are a couple of different colors. This is the darkest color that I saw there. There probably are darker colors, but I got this from Sally's today for about $7.50, I want to say. And then it all depends with tax and whatnot, you know. But I'll follow it up with this. This is basically, like I said, a temporary dye, temporary hair color. And that will just put some of the gray tones back in the hair. Now, you can use that every time if you wish, when you get out of the shower, right before you blow dry your hair, or whatever you like to do to style it. Because it is temporary, and it doesn't really have any really harsh products in it that I saw. Let me find the ingredients again real quick. The only things that I see that are, you know, kind of drying to your hair would be sodium sulfate, which that's listed as like the 10th or 12th ingredient, which shouldn't be that bad, and sterylconium chloride, which is, you know, chloride, and diacetyldammonium chloride, which is kind of like, it's not necessarily ammonia, but it is kind of along the lines of that. But like I said, these are all the way down the line. When you open it up, it looks great. It smells like grapes. Nobody really described how it actually smelled in their videos, but it does smell like grapes. Now, when you use this stuff, you might want to use gloves because it can tend to stain. That's the point of it. But, you know. So, anyways, these next products that I'm going to show you, you don't have to use with gray hair, but if you choose to style your hair, I would recommend them, especially if you're going to use heat. So, the first ones that I would recommend are this Redken Extreme Snap, which my friend Judy also gave me. I think this runs anywhere from $8 all the way up to $15, depending, because Redken can be a more expensive brand compared to L'Oreal and whatnot. This is also Lusty Naturals Argan Oil Hair Moisturizer, $1 at Dollar Tree. Definitely pick it up, especially if you style your hair with heat, because that works as a heat protectant. And the last two things that I have here are the same. They are the Salon Selectives Intense Volume Weightless Control from Root to Tip All Day Extra Firm. Now this stuff, when I first